Where's Bob at? He's usually here an hour before we go live. And maybe he's tired of doing the show.
Probably.
Should we try calling him?
Hey, he waits until the last minute to get these shows done. He puts us through that hassle, and if the show goes under because of his negligence, that's his burnt chicken.
Well, if he does the show soon, one of you may have to take over as the host.
Dibs!
Ha! I said it first.
Dang. Well, no hypnotizing the world to do my bidding. Kidding. Not.
Greetings, folks. This is awesome! I'm Bat Dude, your host for the evening, and welcome to tonight's Nightmare Halloween Frightfest. Tonight's feature is...
Hey!
What?
You didn't introduce me. Bob always introduces me.
Well, Bob's not here, is he?
Have at it. This goofy show is almost over anyway.
And now, on with Bat Dude's Nightmare Halloween Frightfest. Ooh, just rolls off the tongue nicely.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late.
Ah, dang it. You okay, Bob?
Just give me the Dayquil and I'll be hi. Ew! Tastes dreadful. This stuff is gonna kick in any time, right?
Yeah, you should be good to go by the first break in the movie.
Oh boy, and I still gotta introduce the movie, huh? Alright, here goes. Greetings, folks. This is the fourth installment of Nightmare Halloween Frightfest. I'm Madman Bob, and these are my co-hosts, Bat Dude and Asimov. We're showing another Vincent Price movie, and this time, he's not the last man on Earth. He's surrounded by many folks in this movie who have been invited by his wife to attend a house party, but not just any party with hats and Peter Sellers pretending to be an Indian. This is a haunted house party, and the invitees will walk out with $10,000 each if they can all brave the house on Haunted Hill.
A party, you say? If they brought hard booze, wild women, and loud music, they could get through this like nothing.
Then they could call this movie Apparition House.
Instead of wearing togas, they could just put whole bed sheets over them.
And now, from 1959, comes House on Haunted Hill. There it is. Asimov, could you heat up some chicken noodle soup? Looks like somebody's getting the royal treatment.
Popcorn? Check. Root beer? Check. Loud, obnoxious, interrupting noises from Bob? Check. Crank that film.
Well, shoot, I believe I accidentally grabbed the wrong bottle. La Sari Morte Rat Poison, 1938. By the way, that Dayquil stuff works nicely. I feel ready to tackle some trivia on our movie. Despite a low budget of $200,000, the film was a tremendous box office success, ranking at a large $2.5 million, earning 12.5 times its budget back. It was such a success, in fact, that Alfred Hitchcock saw the success and was so impressed by it that it inspired him to make his own low-budget horror, the classic psychological thriller from 1960, Psycho.
Oh yeah, I remember that little movie. Wonder whatever happened to that.
While William Castle isn't as recognized as Alfred Hitchcock, he's still well known as one of Hollywood's gimmick filmmakers. In a later scene when a skeleton rises out of a vat of acid, the theaters had a plastic skeleton on strings that would rise in front of the screen in conjunction with the movie and fly above the audience. This gimmick was known as Emergo. Another infamous gimmick was Illusiono,
Oh my!
a technique that was used in the original 13 Ghosts from 1960, in which a special viewer was given to audience members that had to be worn in order to see the ghosts in the movie, similar to what the actors had to do in the movie. However, this gimmick was often misadvertised as 3D. Like 13 Ghosts, which got a remake in 2001, House on Haunted Hill would also get a remake. Of course, they would do poorly reception-wise.
But hey, at least 2001's 13 Ghosts had Matthew Lillard.
True, and if it's one thing I know about bad movies, it's that Matthew Lillard can save any bad movie, even if for a few minutes. And now, back to House on Haunted Hill. I gotta sit for a few minutes.
Go away, we don't want any.
Dang it! Bob, wake up! Wake up, Bob! Wake up, you
what?
pathetic waste of human tissue!
Sorry about that.
I got overwhelmed with a sense of drowsiness.
Man, am I tired.
Stagehand, are you sure that was Dayquil? No, I'm afraid I grabbed the NyQuil.
NyQuil? I'm gonna be dozing off all through this show!
We're ruined!
Don't we have any Dayquil at all?
We don't actually.
Even if we did, you don't want to overdose.
Rats, I'm gonna have to try and stay up. Asimov, can you make some coffee, please?
Oh, okay. Guess this is my night to stay busy. Bob? Bob? Bob!
He's out again.
Well, folks, we now return to the movie, and maybe Bob will be awake by the next break. I got something here that'll wake his sorry hide up.
Mr. Pritchard, you said your sister-in-law killed a man and a woman here and cut them up? You said they found hands and feet, but they never found any heads. Would you like to see one of those heads? Would you all like to see one of those heads? Well then, just follow me.
And then they can write a little song about him.
Dead heads, severed, ugly, dead heads, chop them off.
Yeah!
Speaking of heads, some of them you may recognize in this movie. Of course you know Vincent Price, who had many roles in both live action and animation, and is one of the most iconic and influential horror actors of all time. There's also Elisha Cook Jr., who started his career in 1930's Her Unborn Child and appeared in many movies from The Maltese Falcon and Sergeant York to Shane and Rosemary's Baby. He was also a very prominent actor in television, doing episodes of classic shows like The Untouchables, The Fugitive, Perry Mason, and The Wild Wild West, among many others. Another recognizable face is Carol O'Mart, one of Hollywood's notable pretty faces that made the rounds in many films from the 1950s in movies such as The Wild Party and Born Reckless, as well as TV appearances on Route 66 and Get Smart. She was the fourth runner-up in the 1946 Miss America contest and retired from Hollywood in 1974 after the specter of Edgar Allan Poe.
Wow, you're full of energy now.
Hey, that espresso coffee does wonders for me.
I hate to tell you this, but there was no caffeine in that coffee.
What? Why not?
We were out of the caffeinated coffee. I didn't want to tell you because I figured you'd feel more active under the placebo effect.
Well, it's not going to work now that I know it's a placebo. Oh man, I'm getting dizzy. Guys, if I nod off again, you may have to take over.
Dibs!
Nuts!
I said it first, sucker.
We now return to the movie, and I return to Dreamland. Everyone get out now!
Where's what's-her-name? Nora.
She's locked up in the bathroom trying to keep her lunch down.
Oh well, never mind.
Well, Bob's asleep, so I guess I'm the host for the rest of tonight's show.
Hey Bob, wake up!
What's that?
Dang it, Bat Dude, this was my chance.
You know, tonight's movie is very similar to another group of folks. 4 men, 3 women, all stuck together in one place. Know what I'm talking about? No? Well, just take a look at this.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a frightful ghost that started with a sadistic wife inside this haunted house. The husband was suspicious, man, his wife sadistic to be sure. 5 guests got invited to a haunted slumber party for 10,000 bucks. For 10,000 bucks. The party started getting good, the ghost started playing rough. If not for the benefit of the cheap liquor, this party would be a bust. This party would be a bust. The guests are stuck here in this creepy haunted house with Fly Boy, this drunken goob, a greedy man and cheating wife, quote-unquote employee, the know-it-all and snooty prude here on this haunted hill.
See what I mean?
Well, that'll definitely get this movie into non-stop reruns for many years to come.
And now back to tonight's feature. By the way, I heard this was Elvira's favorite horror movie. How come they didn't cast her in the remake?
I didn't disturb her since I don't think this concerns her.
No, you're right.
Get me out of this hanging harness.
Mrs. Lauren, you're trying to seduce me.
We'll be back to our tragic romance in a bit, but now we have fan messages. Asimov, could you cue the... Perfect. Our first message comes to us from Patrick Messer, and he writes, "Hi Bob, I love your videos, and especially enjoy the fan question segments. Would you ever be open to having special guests on the show? If so, hit me up. Or have Bat Dude shoot me a message. He seems like he's the one doing all the grunt work." Well, thanks for writing us, Pat, and yes, we actually have considered special guests on the show. Probably by next week's show, we'll have some fan segments, because, as we all know, next week is our last show. And I'll probably be over this stupid cold by then, or flu, I still don't know which it is. Thank you so much for messaging us, and if you would like to message us through writing or voice, email us at nightmarehalloweenfrightfest@gmail.com or call us at 470-260-0920, and your message might wind up on our show. And now back to, what the heck is the title of the movie tonight? Oh, House on Haunted Hill. Yeah. Okay. Well, that about wraps up tonight's show.
Well, I gotta tell you, it could have been a lot better.
Next week is the finale. That'll outweigh anything we ever did previously on this show. And not to mention, we've saved the best for last. Next week, we are showing George A. Romero's 1968 classic, Night of the Living Dead. Well, this is Madman Bob, and this has been another installment of Nightmare Halloween Fright Fest. And I will see you guys in the Insane Asylum. Stay insane, my friends. And like I said, next week's show is going to blow all these previous shows out of the water. Stay tuned.